The question is, would it be trimetal, including copper? And the answer is no. You have to remember that that's purely a metal that's used in construction of one form or another. And copper is very bulky, and only in the Bronze Age was it ever used as a currency or a backup. And so consequently, I don't think there's any kind of a chance that copper would be included. You got to remember, copper, not all that long ago, 1987, was selling at $58 a pound. Now it's $4.34 a pound. So it ranges pretty widely, so the answer is no. The answer to that question is that an unequivocal no. They will continue. If they don't continue, the whole system collapses. Who is out there that's going to buy U.S. Treasuries, agency securities, which are Fannie, Freddie, Ginnie, and FHA, and some of the toxic waste from banks? And presently, they're buying 83% of Treasuries. Last time around, they bought 80% under QE1. And they're going to continue to do that, but they won't call it QE3. They'll call it something else. They'll probably do it and then tell you about it a year or two later. And it's not $600 billion that they are going to spend doing that. It's $900 billion. And if you look at the figures and you do a close-up on them, you'll find it's bigger than what you've led to believe. I think next around, when they do QE3, what's going to happen is that the help that they've received from the legislature, $862 billion in QE2 and $850 billion in QE1, I don't think that's going to happen because of the bent towards austerity. And that means the Fed's going to have to do it all on their own. I think we're talking in terms of $2.5 trillion for QE3, or whatever they call it. And the inflation that we're starting to see big now from QE1 and Stimulus 1, that inflation is just coming through the pipeline. John Williams is calling inflation right now at 10%. The government, ludicrously, is calling it 1.9%. I see it at 14% by the end of the year in real figures, like Mr. Williams. And next year, QE2 and Stimulus 2 should bring inflation in the United States to 25 or more %. And if they do what I think they're going to do at QE3, then I think we're looking at a possibility of 50% inflation 2.5 to 3 years down the line, which means hyperinflation.